Napoleon put an end to those little republics, which, as Montesquieu said, owed their existence only to the perpetuity of their abuses. From the Alps to Otranto, there was but three divisions: the Kingdom of Italy, the Kingdom of Naples, and the French provinces. Napoleon had united to the French Empire Piedmont, as well as Rome and Florence, for the purpose of habituating their people to a government which makes the inhabitants citizens and soldiers. The wars at an end, he would have restored them to the mother country, and these provinces, invigorated by his authority, would have passed by an easy transition from French dominion to an Italian government. While if this organization had been more hasty, the people, not having been prepared by French action for a common nationality, would doubtless have regretted their ancient political individuality. Switzerland, given up to civil war, to the terrors of anarchy, and at the same time to the encroachments of the aristocracy, was all at once pacified by the mediation of Napoleon. He called before him the representatives of Helvetia, opposed the opinion of those who desired liberty for certain cantons only, and independence for the rest, and having fully discussed the interests of each, he made them adopt a constitution which, while it consecrated the principles of liberty and justice, preserved of the preceding regime all which was not incompatible with those principles. The chief articles of the Act of Mediation were: first, equality of rights among the 19 cantons; second, the voluntary surrender of privileges on the part of patrician families; third, a federal organization in virtue of which each canton was organized according to its language, its religion, its customs, its interests, and its opinions. Accordingly, Switzerland, which is indebted to the Act of Mediation for 12 years of quiet and prosperity, has always preserved its gratitude to the mediator. Southern Germany, liberated from the yoke of Germanic Empire, beheld civilization advancing under the auspices of the Code Napoleon, and instead of being cut up into 284 states, she saw their number reduced to 31 by the establishment of the Confederation of the Rhine-Westphalia, another germ of regeneration. Seated upon the Elbe, composed of provinces which suffered all the abuses of feudalism, received institutions which consecrated the equality of all citizens before the law, and suppressed every industrial privilege and every kind of serfdom. The introduction of the civil code and the publicity of trials by jury in criminal matters were ameliorations for which the French regime must be credited. The fiefs were declared free properties, providing, however, for the reversion of the crown in case of default of heirs. Prospective arrangements were made to prevent the suits which might arise in consequence of the abolition of serfdom. The purchase of rents of feudal reservations was regulated by a law. All religions enjoyed equal liberty. The Jewish worship had its consistory. In Bavaria, the King Maximilian granted in 1808 a constitution which secured the liberties of the people and destroyed feudal privileges. In the Grand Duchies of Baden and of Berg, as in the lands of Erfurt, Fulda, Hanau, and Bayreuth, the influence of the emperor caused to be abolished in 1808 serfdom, the cultivator's tax, and the fees derived therefrom from the profit of the seigneurs. The serfs and cultivators obtained complete civil rights and the right of holding property. Liberty of conscience did not exist in Saxony. The emperor caused it to be declared in the constitution of that country in 1806.